summer, to the summer. I like girls that wear Abercrombie and Fitch. I take her if I had a one bitch. But she's been gone since that summer.
I don't normally come on to songs that feature what I'm wearing, but there again I don't really know songs that refer to Primark knickers or indeed Ann Summers love balls. So I'll just stick with that one for now. Can you give us a cheer if you're local? And a cheer if you're not local? Oh, a mix, a mix. I tend to find that if I tell people I'm from Glossop, people think I'm inbred. Do you get that? And do you know what I say to that? Yay, high six me! Because there's nothing wrong with an extra finger. Kit Kat has shown us. And as I can vouch, I've always got room for an extra finger. And the weather, what about the weather? Oh, we can't stop talking about the weather, can we? Oh, the weather, we don't need to go abroad. Oh, we don't need to go abroad apart from the pools and the swim up bar and someone cooking for us and lounging around. We don't need to go abroad, do we? Except for people with infants. Do you know why? Because infants are the only living people who don't get a baggage allowance. Yet infants are the only living people who've got more baggage than a Premiership footballer with chlamydia. So it doesn't seem very fair, does it, that they don't have a baggage allowance. And the weather, I tell you what, right, I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it, but there's two things that get to me about the weather. Now, one of them is having to water my own plants, right? Because I normally have an irrigation system, get me? It's called the Sky, but it's not been working. So I have to go out at dusk like a vampire to avoid the sun to water my plants, and that's annoying me. And the other thing is lots of extra fat people wearing very little. Now I'm not having a dig, seriously I am not having a dig. All I want to say is that for less than a price of a box of Krispy Kremes, you could buy a mirror, that's all I'm saying. Half of me is appalled at them, but half of me is full of admiration because they just don't give a fuck how they look. Do you ever do that thing when you look at a fat person and you think, how much must you eat to maintain that body weight, right? And then you have a hangover and you're like a one-person mission to find out how much to be that fat. And talking about weight, just 1 minute, that baby born in the week, £8.6, right? Its man don't weigh more than £8, does it? I was a little bit surprised that £8.6 come out of that. That's inside out. I bet that infant gets a fucking baggage allowance. Anyway, whether they're fat people, yeah, I'm not going to dig. And I'll tell you why, because these curves don't maintain themselves. I obviously love my food. In fact, though, you might be surprised to hear I'm on a very, very strict diet, right? It's called the chocolate and wine diet. I have to be very determined, very, very determined to get through that. Sorry? It's great. Huh? What, the diet or my figure? Oh, he's easily pleased, is that? But the thing is, when you like food, you obsess about it. And when you obsess about it, you overanalyze. And recently, I've been overanalyzing the versatile food stuff that is the egg, the humble egg. Because who the fuck looked at that thing coming out of a chicken's arse and went, I'm gonna have me a bit of that? Now I can understand, right, a strawberry. Someone sees a strawberry the very first time, we go back a million years and there it is on a plant and it's red and it smells nice and it's soft and you can put it in your mouth. An egg has got a fucking shell on it for a kick-off, right? You've got the shell, they persevere, they don't care. They break the shell, right? And what comes out can only be described as a mixture of mucus and semen. They still want to eat it. Now at this point, right, I don't think what came first, the chicken or the egg. I think what came first, the egg or the frying pan. Because they just want to cook it in so many different ways. This person with the egg OCD. Right, so they're there and they go, oh, I've got this, I'll fry it, and they make a fried egg. And then they put it in water and they get the boiled egg. And then they decide to leave it in the shell and they get the hard-boiled and the soft-boiled egg. And then they mix it a bit and they get the scrambled egg. And then they put a bit of flour in with that and they get the pancake. And then they put in the butter and the sugar and they get a fucking cake, right? And then someone comes along and they go, I have got a sauce to go with your egg. And this person goes, oh, let me taste it. Oh, that tastes magnificent. What is it? And the other person says, oh, I call it mayonnaise. Oh, mayonnaise. What is in this mayonnaise? I know, well, it's full of egg. It's just like Delia told us how to boil an egg. She never talked about egg OCD, did she? No, no, no. Egg OCD. The other thing when you love food is that you become obsessed with things like nutrients. Okay? So I was one morning, I was having a croissant for breakfast. Don't worry, no fruit or vegetables were harmed in making with this body. And I found out that it had 10 grams of fat, right? And that became a yardstick for me. I discovered that instead of one croissant, I could have 33 Jacob's crackers for breakfast. I could have 60 Ritz crackers for breakfast. I could have 7 cans of beans, or even better, I could have 24 Weetabix. And if you people know, 24 Weetabix is one whole pack of Weetabix, right? So you're there in a hotel and you wander up to the buffet, and there's one croissant or a load of Weetabix. And you take the lot going, don't worry, it's got the same amount of fat as a croissant. I'm going to look greedy. That's what made me laugh when they're out with people. My mum used to say they're not fat, it's just their glands. It's not their fucking glands, they're just greedy. They eat too many glands, don't they? But anyway, so they're there with the 24 pack of Weetabix wandering off. The other thing I did, talking about Krispy Kreme donuts, when they first came to this country with their letter K's and everything, is my reaction to Krispy Kreme donuts was but then I went to America in October, and by day 3 I was eating 2 a day for breakfast, because I was doing as the Americans do. There was another guy who loves his food, and got a little article about him here. And I don't like to read the paper, but the article was about food, so I felt compelled. More porridge for the gourmet who won't pay in restaurants. And basically, this guy does a runner from places, so he eats and then he buggers off. And he's got 80 previous convictions, right, for doing a runner. And he's actually got an ASBO that bans him from every restaurant in the UK. I just want a little test. I wanted to take him in by Benny and see if they know if this ASBO works, because I doubt that they'd know that they shouldn't be serving this guy. It's just another stupid system in ASBO. And anyway, the average price of this guy's bill for these 18 previous offences is £18, right? If I was going to do a runner, I'd have the whole lot. I'd have a starter, a main course, I'd have foie gras. Don't agree with it, but I'd have it anyway. I'd have the finest bottle of wine, I'd have the cheese board. I'd be too full by then, but I'd have the cheese board. And then I'd do a runner. So this guy, and obviously the ASBO don't work because he's up again, right, in front of the court because he's offended again. And the judge says to him, I'm really sorry, but I'm going to have to send you to jail, and I've got no option. And this guy goes, okay. Of course he's going to go okay. He's going to get at least 3 free meals a day, innit? It's like putting an alcoholic in an off-licence, not punishment. I was telling my friend this, and she went to me, yeah, do you know what's really good? Right? She said, you know, you get a bag full of carrier bags. We've all got that, haven't we? We've all got a bag full of carrier bags at home. It's just in case. And she said, you take them to a restaurant with you, you sit down, and you eat the meal, and then you leave the bags, you just walk off. I'm like fraternising with criminals here. I'm thinking, I'm going to try that next time I go to Benny. Anywho, yeah, so that food crime wrong. So I thought I'd tell you a story with a moral. And I used to go to university with a girl who made Victoria Beckham look like a secret eater. And she lived with this boyfriend who was a cock. Unfortunately, I saw his cock, and with a whole parsnip is more appropriate, but it's a bit long to keep saying in this, so I'll just call him cock short in this story. And we went out one night, the anorexic, cock, me, and my then boyfriend, a guy called Neil. And me and Neil went off to talk to someone, and we come back, and cock said to me, who was that you talking to? And I went, oh, it's Neil's ex-girlfriend. And without flinching, cock goes, he obviously likes fat birds then. The years rolled by, Facebook happened, and cock applied to be my friend. Now I don't bear grudges, and we're all a bit nosy, aren't we? And I thought, you know, yeah, I'll accept him. And I read some of his posts, and I read some of his replies to me, and I realised something, ladies and gentlemen. I learned something from Facebook. Once an obnoxious twat, always an obnoxious twat, so I fucking deleted him and blocked him. While I was doing that, I was eating a flake and drinking a bottle of red wine, which in old money is 5 croissants. I've been Johanna Wroe, and you've been a lovely little audience. Thank you very much.
I didn't know you choreographed your outro.